Om Shri Sai Ram. All of us know that Bhagwan was born in Puttaparthi. But when I was a student, Swami said that he was born in Madras. And that was a big surprise to all of us. We thought, how is it possible that Swami is born in Madras? Later on, Bhagwan went on to clarify that all the southern provinces, that is Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and parts of Tamil Nadu were in fact called as Madras Presidency. And that is how Bhagwan said that he was born in Madras. So now as I stand here, you can see the background of a temple that is there. And this place is called as Mannivakkam. Okay, in Tamil you can split this word as Man even Akkam. In the sense, the whole world is composed of the 5 elements: the fire, the water, the air, the ether and the soil. So these form the basis of the entire creation. So this sand is his property. It roughly translates to that. So this temple was the abode where a Siddha worshipped and attained Jiva Samadhi. Later on, of course, there are idols in this temple which show that it was built during the Chola period. You have inscriptions here which say that it was the Nayaks who renovated this temple. There is an underground tunnel which links this temple, which is in Mannivakkam, to Kancheepuram. But far more than all this, a rare temple wherein the positioning of Nandi makes it very unique. Shall we go and have a look at it? Come on. My dear friends, I request all of you to have a nice look at the Nandi that is right behind me. In most of the Shivan temples, I think barring a few, the Nandi always faces his lord, that is Lord Shiva. But this temple, which is a east facing temple, Nandi is facing the entrance. Why is it so? In my opinion, I feel the Nandi is awaiting the arrival of his lord in flesh and blood. All of us think and pine in our hearts as to why not our place be as holy as the Kashi, as beautiful as the Vrindavan, as serene as the Mecca or Medina, or holy as the Gurudwara. Indeed, it is a valid yearning. But let me tell you, my dear friends, this entire universe is a creation of God, and each and every place pulsates with this divinity only if we are able to absorb and spread it. And yet, when you look around this temple, it is not one of the biggest or the spectacular temples that are there in the world. Yet, the Lord chose to come and bless this place by his physical presence. And all this happened in the year 1983. It was a part of the 60 village adoption schemes that Bhagwan had introduced. Now, what is this village adoption? The Sai volunteers would come, clean up the temple, undertake medical activities, teach the young children values, also give them educational tips and lay roads and do all that is possible to uplift the standard of living of the people here. And all that happened in the year 1983. And Bhagwan has walked into this temple. He went into the sanctum and sanctorum, and there was a dais that was raised just outside the temple, and Bhagwan gave a divine discourse. And the activities which started in 1983 continue till date. Till today, the medical center is open and Bal Vikas activities are continuing. So if I talk this much, I am sure you all must be waiting to have a glimpse of this entire temple. Come on, let us go and look around the temple. My dear friends, I would request all of you to visualize what I am saying. Just imagine that there is darkness everywhere. There is this eerie silence and chillness. We all feel so uncomfortable. But with the passage of time, suddenly the sun rises from the east and the whole world is covered with its spectacular, dazzling light. All you have to do is just open the doors and windows and allow the light to engulf you. This is what happens when we come in contact with spirituality, with positivity and divinity. This village was the hub of illicit liquor. It was a forest area and there was a lot of violence that was rampant here. After Bhagwan came, many families which were engaged in the production of illicit liquor, which spoils their own family and hundreds of other families, gave up this occupation. In fact, Swami walked all the length of this road and blessed one such person who had transformed his livelihood. Not merely that, many were blessed. Today also we spoke to a person who was blessed by Bhagwan when he came. And I also remember one of the staff members of our school, Lalita ma'am, she had a kid who was just 1 year old or probably even less than that. Her son's name is Anish and he was blessed by Bhagwan. And he and his sister grew up to be very talented students, good in academics, very good in extracurricular activities. They've got prizes in Gita chanting in the state level and both of them were part of the music team. This is what happens when we associate ourselves, when we open ourselves to the divinity. But there is one more interesting thing that I have to share with all of you. Just as this positivity has grown and engulfed this entire village, which transformed from a riot-filled area to a paradise of hope and happiness, here is one interesting fact. Just look at the tree under which I am standing. This tree was planted by Bhagwan. Look at the way it has had its deep roots and the way the branches have spread out in all directions. And literally this entire village, in fact the whole world, is under the canopy of Bhagwan. What else can we do except offer our gratitude? Yes, but still everybody is like this, and especially me. Things may happen to the people in the world, but what about me? How has it impacted me is the question that comes to my mind. Let me share a few important information pertaining to that also. I was a Balvika student and I spent my time pulling out the grass and cleaning this temple. I was seated in the Balvika center that was very much nearby, and my sister was district Balvika's convener and she was there. And my other sisters and parents were seated outside this temple and they were a part of the bhajan team. And at that point of time, we had no idea what the future had for us. And just as Swami planted this tree, which has grown into a huge tree giving shade to one and all, Swami also sowed the seeds of love in our heart. And it is in this place that the school is set up. And this school, this institution has come as a solace to many. I remember during those days, child labor was present. Girls were not educated much, but With the starting of the school, the children didn't have to go travel for more than 10 kilometers to take education. They could be here, right here, near their house and get value-oriented education from the school. So that is it, my friends. Just one step towards divinity, and divinity will come 100 steps, 1,000 steps towards you. And this place, which is so remote, which is so small, which is so insignificant, has become one of prime importance because the Lord chose to tread here. I would like to conclude my talk by reminding all of you to subscribe to the channel and press the bell button for notification. Thank you, my dear friends. Stay tuned. Jai Sai Ram.